a broken home. I gave you all the bricks that I own and know. I'm letting go, I'm breaking these walls down, breaking these walls down. If you want adventure, then fly to home. But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? Yeah, if you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm done with yesterday. Fada, fada. I fell where my demons dwell. My own little nightmare, I call it hell. Oh well, it's time to get back up, climbing and climbing. I'm done with this ride, is what I tell myself, so I could feel something else. Yeah, I guess I had my bad days, but it doesn't mean I lost my style. Darling, where were you when my heart was on the ground? I thought time would prove that you would stick around. I guess time stands still, a king without his crown. Now I'm breaking and you're faking, girl. You never made a sound. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm done with yesterday. Fada, fada.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Garden State Esports. My name is Adam.
My name is Connor.
And we're here to commentate on the inter-team scrimmage that's happening today. So unfortunately, WPSD Comets game against the Mid-South Eagles was rescheduled to April 25th. However, we still wanted to get some good playtime in here, get some content for everybody watching at home. And so we're going to be watching a 3v3 match with the team's own players.
Yes, coaches select.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So actually, I'm very curious to see if this will improve their communication, because when we did those brief interviews with each of the players, I think we found that their biggest concern was communication between team members.
Absolutely, yeah. So their communication, as we've heard through most of them, can either be some people being too quiet or some people being too loud, or just there be no communication at all. So maybe them being cut off from each other would definitely strengthen that communication when they're in like smaller groups.
Right, and I think it's going to be a very interesting dynamic, especially with them being so split up. I mean, like when you're going against your teammates, I feel like there's a different kind of competition where a lot of it can be used as like a learning experience. Because if somebody does something that really, really works, you have a very easy way to ask them, hey, what did you do? Like, how did you get me so quickly out of the game? And I think that's actually just going to help them a lot in the long run.
Almost a live practice here, and I'm very excited to see it. So now, going into what we talked with the players about yesterday, we learned a little bit more about how they like to play in particular.
Yeah, and they were very open about that, which was very funny to me, especially when I don't remember who it was off the top of my head, but they were. I asked them, "What's your favorite play style?" And they were like, "Oh, I love rushing." And all of their teammates put their head down like that. But it was a funny thing, and I like that ability to play around amongst the team members and not be too serious.
It was an all-around fun interview. I can't wait for those at home to see it. We got to hear about where their gamer tags come from.
Yeah.
which was very fun to talk about.
I am also very interested. And I think something else that we touched on was how they felt about being part of a team that has both deaf players and hearing players. And I don't think people can really grasp how important of a team this really is, because 25% of the country, 25% of the people in the country have cochlear implants.
That's right.
Which just help assist their hearing. And you'd be surprised to see that there are not many teams, esports teams especially, that are tailored for people who are deaf or hard of hearing. And so to have a team, especially a high school team, that definitely caters to those players is really, really powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fact that WPSD and Abington Heights could come together to create a team and make these opportunities for their players is fantastic.
Yeah, it really is something that I think goes to show that if you just put a little thought into it, if you just kind of put it out there, go to your administration, in our case it was the school board, and just say, hey, we have this great idea and we really need you on board, it pays dividends.
Absolutely.
But I am really excited to see how this inter-team scrimmage plays out. I'm curious to see how they change up their style with 3 people on each side.
Absolutely, because you gotta think about that. Your teammates on the other team, they know how you play.
Yeah.
I believe it was Gems yesterday that had the talk about rushing in without really thinking about it, and maybe that'll be used against him here. Who knows?
Yeah, because it does provide a very special insight into hey, what did I do wrong? I mentioned before, especially if it's when you're so near each other, because I know they're going to be playing, I think in rooms that are right next to each other.
Yeah.
If you get knocked out, you can immediately go to the other side and be like, all right, what did I do? How can I improve that? And we'll be able to see that improvement in real time. It won't take a week or a couple practices. We will be able to see those decisions right now tonight.
Absolutely. It'd be fun to see how they adapt as the game goes on.
Yes, I agree. And I am curious to see if any of them switch up their style in terms of how they support the team. I know we talked a lot about having a more ranged character, such as I think you mentioned Chamber.
Yeah, and as we were talking about to Fizz yesterday in the interview, he said he was looking at playing more of Chamber.
Which is exciting, because at least for you and I, looking in as we are, it was very apparent that I think a long-range player would be very, very beneficial for the team. And I'm curious to see if they're going to take tonight as an opportunity to try out new things, maybe a new agent.
We know yesterday, as we were talking to Twizzy, he said that he is interested in playing more Reyna, although he may not be as confident with her yet.
Yeah.
So maybe since there's less stakes in this game, maybe we'll see more Reyna coming out.
And yeah, while it's disappointing that the game had to be rescheduled, I think this is an amazing opportunity for them, especially if they are hesitant to play some agents or maybe use some weapons or utilize a certain play style. I think it's an amazing opportunity for them to really experiment.
Absolutely. Great way to have fun before Easter comes around.
Exactly, yeah. A good way to start the holiday.
Absolutely.
But we're going to be starting in a couple minutes here. I think we're just waiting for some of the players to get settled and some of the equipment to get booted up. But do you think there's anything that you would specifically like to see tonight, especially with like very little stakes? You know, there's not a lot at stake here. Do you want to see someone try something, be more aggressive?
Now, I'm going to keep throwing it out in the wind here. Maybe one day we'll see some of our players playing Omen. I don't think I'm going to see it, but I'm going to hold out hope. But yeah, honestly, I'm really excited to see, just like we were just talking about, just trying new things. Because who knows what sort of strategy they can come up with here that can be used in against the Mid-South Eagles in a couple weeks. Yeah.
I think that's a great point, Omen. I think... for me, the agent of choice would be Astra, and I said that last time against the match, in the match against the Phoenixes. I think Astra would fit their playstyle so well, and just being able to have that whole map at your disposal and plant those smokes or the gravity wells wherever you need to, is just such a big thing for them, especially with how aggressive they are in terms of blocking a line of sight.
Very true. The enemy team. Last week, their enemy team's Astra was really giving us trouble.
Yeah, and that's why it was so important to me, because the enemy team had an Astra.
Almost on cue, yeah.
And she would do exactly what I thought the WPSD Comets should do, which is she would plant the smoke right in front of them, and their members would kind of like hide in those little pockets created by that smoke. And I thought that was a very effective strategy.
You know who else has that ability to plant smokes around the map? It's not as powerful as Astra's, but Omen. You hear that, WPSD players?
We have an Omen lobbyist with us tonight.
Maybe a little bit.
I apologize to any Omen haters.
I hold out hope.
I did like how they actually did play Brimstone.
Brimstone was fun to see, yeah.
And Brimstone's whole thing is being able, in that certain radius, being able to drop those smokes, which is also very versatile. And I believe Astra, I think Astra's is a bit more effective, but Brimstone's is definitely in a pinch is
Absolutely.
better.
I think we saw almost both kind of ways with Brimstone, because obviously we saw some great picks happen with Brimstone, but also I believe there was that one little part where he comes around the corner and he has the thing out, and then enemy player right around the corner, and they're just like, ooh.
Yeah. They maintained Breach, though. That's been I think a typical character for them.
Prod doing fantastic work with Breach as always.
You have Sage, which is another great area denial, putting up that wall, especially with WPSD Comets. They like to get some height off of that wall. And I did notice that you were right with Viper. I think they started the match not playing Viper, and they ended. They did their last round against the Phoenixes. They switched from Jet to Viper, I believe.
Yes.
And I think that's the move.
Viper is a fantastic agent all around, just for map control and stuff like that. So.
Because Viper, I mean, I can say it 1,000 times. The WPSD Comets, like what they do is they love to get in close. They love to be right on the other side of that smoke, waiting for people to come out.
We even saw that yesterday as we were talking to these players, that a lot of them like to play duelists and a lot of them like to get up in the enemy's face.
Right.
The only real player on that team that likes to take almost like a tactician role would be Prod. And we almost saw that worked against them last week when we saw, like, looking at the scoreboard, Prod was like number 2, and most of our players were down low. So maybe switching it up and going a little less aggressive would work more.
Yeah, very few sentinels. No one to really anchor down the point. And I think that's an interesting tactic. Definitely can work. But I do know that the Phoenixes they employed Killjoy, which I think Killjoy as a character is not the most effective.
Yeah, when we saw it last week, we were thinking like, yeah, I mean, it's a choice.
Yeah, I don't know why, and I think that turret is really the thing that.
Yeah, but her she kept getting her ultimate really quickly, and that was giving them trouble.
And I think it goes to show it's not just about the abilities themselves; it's about how you're able to utilize the map. And your basic abilities are great, but if you really hone into that one ability that agent has, then you're going to be a lot better of a player.
Absolutely. So I guess we're going to see more of that when the game starts here in a couple minutes. We're going to take a quick break. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you in a little bit.
I'm an asshole, I'm a good guy, I'm your best friend, I'm the worst type. Tell you everything that you heard right, just so I can fuck on the first night. Feel like I'm losing hope, running from coast to coast. I don't know where to go, this all I've ever known. I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger, if I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. No, did it die? Wait, did it die? Wait. Did it die? I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger, if I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. Won't die. Did it die? Wait. Did it die? Wait. Did it die? My aunt think I'm perfect, I know I'm not. My mama be worried, I told her stop. They know I did drugs and think that I'm off. Little do they know I never could stop. My manager hate when I'm pulling up late. Back on my bullshit, she think it's a phase. I got relations I gotta maintain. I'm two different people, my side and my main. Yeah, I'm sober, I'm an addict, I'm a lowlife, I got habits, but I refuse to be average. Really so tired of acting, don't know what I miss no more. Too bad you don't hit me more. I'm bad when I get too bored, careful what you wishing for. I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger, if I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. No, did it die? Wait, did it die? Wait, did it die? I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger, if I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. Won't die. Did it die?
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Hope that break wasn't too long for you. But we're going to get started soon. I think all the players are settled in. They're ready to start. And I hope we'll be able to see some of their agent picks, because that's what I'm most excited about.
Absolutely. This is my favorite day for the week. I can't wait to see WPSD Comets get some action. So this is the best right here.
And what's interesting now is when they're playing, it's not against another team, so we can't show favorites.
I know, yeah. For once we have to take a middleman. How about this? I'll put money on one team.
We'll play devil's advocate for our respective sides.
Exactly.
Gosh, I really hope they continue to play Viper, though, because I think that was the biggest thing to me was picking Viper in that second round. That second round was hard fought.
Yes.
I think Icebox, the first map they played on, that was a bit tough. They definitely weren't prepared for some of the tactics the Phoenixes used.
Absolutely, the Phoenixes were taking almost like spreading out and like almost taking more map, more map than WPSD could handle.
Yeah, and I think when they switched some characters on the second map, they really had a much more hard fought. They lost, yes, but they fought tooth and nail.
Absolutely.
They clawed for every match they had. All right, so here we're
starting
in the game. Okay, interesting. Instincts, we have Reyna, Brimstone, and Chamber. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. So I believe, yeah, so Spy is actually playing Chamber. But we were talking about yesterday that Fizz wanted to play Chamber, so I'm wondering where Fizz is playing right now. I don't know who Fizz currently is.
I think to me this is already starting as a match where people are just trying things out.
All set up.
Each player, I hope each player just really takes some liberties here and just tries to kind of branch out. Because Jet, we saw Jet on Icebox, which was the first round of
Teleport's
the
ready.
game against the Phoenixes, but they switched off of Jet.
Spike
quickly.
down A.
Oh, Blue taking out Fizz. Oh, Fizz is playing is the enemy chamber. So both teams have a chamber here.
Both teams have a chamber.
That'll be fun to see.
It's going to be interesting.
So we have Gems here, going in. Gems did great work. Gems is very accurate, and he was the player that we talked to yesterday that loves a good rush. Looks like Twizzy is planting the spike
One
now.
enemy remaining.
Twizzy's very far
Spike
away
down
from
A.
his allies here, but not exactly taking.
Flawless.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Spy
Flawless.
taking down Prod. Prod sticking with his main. It's tried and true.
Brimstone being the only one left, that's tough. Brimstone is in, at least in my perception of this, is not a great last player standing.
Absolutely. So Gems is mainly known for playing Sage, but it looks like he's trying out Viper here, which we like to see. Maybe another player getting used to Viper would be great for our team.
And it's something that's interesting is like a 3v3 like this, Viper probably won't be as effective because I feel like since her area denial does damage, it would be better for big team fights. But I still think that if employed correctly, yeah, it can be very, very, very effective.
Looks like I can't exactly quite tell who it is, but on the red team here, someone's playing the new agent that just came out. I believe his name is Yoru, but I am not quite sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He actually has some pretty neat abilities with
Last
almost
player
dimension
standing.
hopping.
Wow.
Whoa! Blue taking out too quickly with the Marshall.
Oh,
A nice triple kill there. Wow.
That was a great peak. I mean, that's what we talked about, that trigger discipline.
Absolutely, and we were talking about them using more long-range weaponry, and I'm very happy to see that.
That was great. I mean, we saw Prod go down, and we were like, oh, okay, and then it only took half a second, but then Twizzy went down right after, and that was when we knew, okay.
Yeah, they spread out and just Blue just bang, bang, bang. Like they all rushed one point. It was just him against everybody, and wow, what a highlight. Looks like he's sticking with the Marshall here. Let's see if he can pull it off for a second round.
And now, see, this is what we wanted to see, just some experimentation. I mean, in a real match, you don't want to make those choices, pulling out the sniper rifle like that. But
True.
Here, there's no.
Looks like they're doing the same strategy again and going for A. It looks like you're using his teleportation ability, getting around behind him. Looks like they have Blue cornered here. Oh, and a quick response by Spy coming to the aid of his teammate. Very, very,
One
very
enemy
good.
remaining.
Wow, nice long range.
Spike down A.
Double kill for Spy.
Okay.
Oh wow! So that's 2 rounds of our players getting all the kills themselves. Huh?
Yeah, I think so. It's very clear. I think when you have a team, and when we play Overwatch, Connor, I think you can attest. If one of us isn't there, the whole kind of dynamic starts to fall apart.
True.
Because we're so used to having each other like right there, being able to rely on one another. And I think when you split a team up like this, it does make it a lot more difficult.
You get used to having that almost like structural beam there to like make sure the whole team doesn't come.
Right, that person that you can rely on.
Yeah.
So we're not sure how it's going to play out between these two sets. I think the defenders there definitely had an advantage just in terms of their play styles working together pretty well. Having a Jet in a group or in a 3v3, having a Jet, that maneuverability is really powerful because you don't have as many people to cover all those angles that Jet can move into.
True, and that maneuverability there saved Spy really quickly because we saw Yoru teleport behind him. He was pincered 2 ways. What are you going to do? Dashing all over the place, and just saved him just enough time for Spy to come in and save him.
I agree.
So that was very nice to see. Great just use of overall abilities there.
And this was actually a map that we did not see played in one of the competitions yet.
No, yeah.
So I'm glad that they're able to get some experience on a map they haven't played on.
True.
Although I would like to see them revisit Icebox. I think Icebox was a map they had particular trouble on.
It looks like the Phoenixes knew that map very well. It just goes how quickly they spread out and took so much of it that WPSD couldn't even really respond. So maybe learning that map a little bit better for the future, just to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
That'd be fantastic. So now looking at Gems here, again trying out Viper. We haven't seen much of the abilities come out. Usually, so far this has mainly just been a gun game here. Not many abilities flying. We see both chambers using their trademarks, but none of them have really been triggered so far.
Defenders really spread out right now. Interesting if they want to cover all their angles.
Yoru teleporting around.
I know the red team very. I feel like they want to stay closer together.
Yeah, and they keep pushing this A point, but that's a great point to push. This side really does favor attackers. So, but maybe going up through mid to get to this point may favor them better, because it looks like the blue team. Oh, and a great loop around teleport with Spy, with Twizzy. Oh, and Prod getting killed on Gems. Now with just Spy left here with his chamber. Prod planting. Let's see how this is going to go.
Holding that angle. I mean, and there's the Brimstone smoke.
Yeah, perhaps the red team can take the first round of the game.
All right.
Spike's planted, clock running down. Not quite sure where Spy is coming from. We do.
Okay,
Oh, and a nice shot in the back from Spy.
Enemy remaining.
Oh my God! Whoa!
Wow, all he has to do now is get rid of the spike.
That was incredible.
Oh, and puts down a spray.
Oh wow! You sometimes have to show your teammate what's going on.
You know, he got that opportunity.
I think I'm still recovering from that one. Like we thought, like
Clutch.
it's just
Clutch is
wow.
right.
Just like I want to see like his mouse there, just going bang, 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 like on target. And they said they wanted to focus on accuracy. Man,
I think that when Mellow Fizz got taken out, what he was doing, he was holding that angle, and Spy was coming up right behind him.
they thought, it looked like every player on the red team had an angle covered. Like every entrance was covered, and it was just. No one was expecting how quickly Spy would retaliate like that.
It's a good strategy, have everyone holding an angle, but I mean, if you need to be very confident in the angle you're holding, because if you're not, then they could easily, like we just saw, walk up behind you and take you out.
True. Now it seems like so the red team is switching up their strategy now, going to B, which is and a quick teleport around by Twizzy. Honestly, Yoru is a fantastic agent for their playstyle, I believe. Just the ability for him to throw out decoys.
Oh, okay. So
yep, the chamber using his ultimate now. Spy coming out. Let's see. Doesn't quite see. He's waiting for that smoke to come down as Fizz plants.
Spike planted.
Any shot from this rifle here can take out an agent. So.
Did you know that excellent internal clock with that smoke? Like just knew right away when it was going to go down.
Yeah. Oh, and that quick shot. Chamber's ultimate is very scary.
Careful
with the fact that it can take you down in one shot. You have to stay behind this cover, but really forcing Spy to make the play here, because he has to get in there to defuse that spike.
Spy is transitioning.
One enemy remaining.
Ability by Blue to get around the corner.
Blue,
Oh,
blue,
great.
Both of them.
Now, do they have enough? They probably have just enough time to get this defuse off. Putting down the spray again.
They definitely pincered there. That was a maneuver.
Absolutely.
Very
So
purposeful.
the defenders here are kind of running away with a 5-round lead. I wonder if just seeing how's it going, is the red team going to find a way to adapt and use a new strategy?
I think definitely when they switch maps, there's going to have to be a new strategy coming out. With Valorant, I found that a lot of the time the agent you choose really affects like the strategy you're even able to play. Not necessarily the one you want to, but the one that you're able to do, just with the limits of your abilities on the map.
True.
And when you can't really switch your agent, that makes it very tough. You got to choose and be confident in that choice. And so right here, I think they struggle a bit more to get the lead.
So this is interesting. They have the defenders. Each of them have and using that duplicate to almost distract them. The Twizzy goes around with his Yoru, teleporting around and using his decoy to his advantage. Now it seems like each of the defenders are one at mid, one at A, and one at B, and it looked like we have the attackers really spread out to win this round and a flawless victory. That was a great use of switching up their strategy there. We saw two attacking A like we've been used to, so everyone's like, oh, okay, they're doing the same strategy again. But we saw one player go up around mid, and just the excellent use of Yoru's clone plus with his teleport, just confusing the players. That was a great all-around just mind game to play on them.
I agree, and I did actually, although it did not bear a lot of fruit, I did enjoy Jet's immediate push. I think what she tried to do was catch them by surprise, and I always like that.
And I do think that would have worked. However, they only had a Marshall and a Classic, so
That's true.
that Classic probably wasn't getting the job done against what I believe Fizz had there.
All right, let's see. Again, just holding those angles.
Going up to A, so they're not trying the same trick they tried last time. Ooh, the Viper wall going up, which is
Oh, and Fizz knows. Fizz knows they're there.
getting used to everything. This is still the Jet holding A. It looks like the word has gotten around to everybody else. You know, they're all rotating down to A. Jet down at the bottom there, coming up behind them.
Gems just peeked his head right out there, right in front of Prod.
Fizz Fizz planting.
Spike planted.
You see Jet right in mid trying to find a good peek on them.
Yeah, Spy opening up that door there, trying to get another angle. I think that's a good idea, but it could definitely attract attention to himself.
Uh-oh. That's not where you
One
want to be.
enemy remaining.
Just a Molotov, doesn't matter. Ooh.
Oh wow. Yeah, they have plenty of time to get that defuse off. So it was a great play last round, but it looks like they almost went back to their original strategy and that didn't work out too well. You really have to push these defenders hard. You gotta get them fast, or else everyone else is just gonna surround you.
I do enjoy maps that have that interactable aspect. Now, a bit off topic, Call of Duty Ghosts, a game that did not get a lot of love, but had these huge interactive maps. And I found that when you take that interactability, like just the ability to open doors, push vehicles, maybe even break down walls, you add this level of immersiveness, but also of choice.
True.
And you're able to move and open up a new angle that previously just was not there. And I think that having a map like that incorporates those aspects is very, very cool because it provides you with just these new opportunities.
True. Now I'm really enjoying seeing Twizzy play
Right
well,
away.
I shouldn't have said, but I really do like seeing Twizzy play Yoru here just because I'm not used to seeing Yoru and I honestly don't know what he's capable of.
And I like that, like we both said, I think a lot of it is just trying to play these characters now and get a feel for them. And I think that's why these long-range weapons are coming out so much.
True.
Because they're doing very well with them. I think if they got comfortable with these weapons, having them in an actual game would be very helpful. At least one player having like a rifle.
Absolutely. So we see Fizz there using Chamber's ultimate, holding those angles.
Last player
Gems,
standing.
Gems
One
in a
enemy
weird spot.
remaining.
See, Gems has to be very careful here. She's known to run in without really thinking about it, and one wrong move could end up on the side of that Chamber's ultimate.
All right, it's a 1v1 now. I think that Viper has a very good chance of moving up quickly without being in the line of fire. However, Chamber does have that nice range.
Oh, barely missing his shot with his ultimate there.
Misreading the side,
Oh!
which is back.
Nerves getting to it. Oh. That's the wonder of Chamber's ult. Just one shot is enough to win to
Look
end the
how
game.
low his health is.
Yes.
And I do think that's a great demonstration of like what Valorant actually is, because you just got to choose which side. You know, you don't have time to think, oh, are they coming? Like, what if they're coming from this way or this way? You just have to do your best to guess.
Amazing, and it's almost the same with the game that this game was inspired by, CS:GO. A lot of it is really just choosing left or right, and making the wrong call can really hurt you there.
Yeah, it's not as there's not as many easy ways to tell. So if you guess and you get it right, then you could have a very nice pick. But I think like we saw with Mellow Fizz before, sometimes you just got to hold that angle. There's not a lot else you can do.
Right now, so Blue here is using the Judge, which is one of my personal favorite weapons, just for its ability to quickly end a confrontation if you're at the right length. See, now Twizzy here, I believe he's just running out there with a knife just to get some speed there. I don't exactly know what weapon he's using. Yoru again, not knowing exactly where. For some reason I saw he was red and I was like, hey, there's the guy there.
I know, right? It does make you think, like an enemy.
Yeah, so that clone really does screw up with the enemy team. He doesn't know where the Jet is. Just seeing the pellets there tells you all you need. He has the spike.
Jet just turned towards him and didn't have any time to react.
Cutting through.
He's throwing out his teleportation there. I don't know when it's going to use. It doesn't seem like the enemy team knows quite where they... Well, now they do.
They're probably going to push under... Yeah, so Viper, like I said, an amazing ability to get in quickly without being in the line of fire too much. And I think where you have two people pressing on you like that, that's very...
True. So now,
One enemy
I want to
remaining.
talk a little bit more about Yoru because it can be great for their playstyle because Yoru is almost like top tier right next to Omen when it comes to the flank. Because not only does he have the ability to teleport, to throw out decoys, but his ultimate is very powerful. It lets him go invisible and run around the map and uncloak when he wants to, which is fantastic for getting where you need to go. It's like right on tier with Omen, but we can talk about that later.
I'd like to apologize. But I do agree with you. I think having those maneuverable characters, I think opening up new avenues is so important for a team. And I think with the players that I love to play devil's advocate for, at least Astra, Jet, Viper, I think they're so good at doing that. And when you have a team of 5, it's hard to split up like each role each member's role. But having that person that can open up those avenues for a team is very, very important.
Absolutely, and that's something else to even say with.
Too slow.
Oh wow! What
That was very far off. I didn't even see where his cursor was.
I think they got distracted by the Yoru clone and just wasn't aware that there was someone aiming a rifle from that far away.
Spike is already planted. So now we're riding around where Red is going to have to defend more. Maybe that's better where they're at. Who knows? We have Prod here on the attacking team, and Prod is definitely the team's tactician.
Now Gems there, kind of missing some shots. I think Chamber was right. He was in the middle of his animation, and then had to take his gun out. They needed to take time to get their gun out, and Gems, I think, just missed a couple shots and got taken out.
Yeah, it's almost that ability to just almost get like lost in like if I could do this, I would do that. Almost like an overflow of options.
Yeah, for sure.
Now going into round 11 here, only one more round after this before we're just going to swap sides. I love to see Chamber here. Prod always sticking to his tried and true, which is great to see because he does fantastic work.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. So now we're seeing Yoru's ult come out. He's currently invisible, so the blue team cannot see him. Running around, trying to find a good pick just to bop around. See, as long as you do it right, Yoru's ult almost guarantees you a kill. And as we see it right there, there's his first kill against Gems.
Spike planted.
Putting his trademark down to plant the spike, fantastic.
I do want to see a more aggressive Brimstone play. I do like how they're kind of keeping the smoke back, holding those points, but I do want to see it more up close and see how they fare, because I think they would be better using Brimstone's abilities to press and be more aggressive.
True, because after talking to Prod yesterday, he says he does like to stay back and hold angles and just kind of be the team's like playmaker, which is
Last
great.
player
but
standing.
It also almost comes to when you have a team that's mainly almost always people who want to run it's kind of hard to say another round for Red, really a comeback there. But it really does show how almost you kind of need that anchor just to keep everyone grounded. If Prod ran in there with everybody else, perhaps they wouldn't win as many rounds as they would.
That's very true.
But that's not to say that our more aggressive players do bad, because we've seen many on the highlight reel of Twizzy and all sorts of things.
Especially in the match with the Ostrogoths, very, very, very powerful when they would push up to that smoke.
Yeah, I still have the picture hanging on my wall of 13-0, just kind of making sure that I never forget that amazing day 2 weeks ago.
How could you forget?
How could Oh, wow!
Okay.
Oh, just one extra shot. That would have been incredible to see. So fast.
Listen, I mean, only one, but that is totally fine. That was a very quick,
Prepare for
powerful
hellfire.
And there I was wondering, like, why Jet? Why Jet right then in the
See,
moment?
I told you, being able to move so quickly, and now
One
this is the
enemy
Brimstone play
remaining.
that I like.
Spike planted.
Drops them right down.
They are so
is
dead.
very, very quick with their
Now
placement.
Fizz is getting his ult very, very quickly. Oh, and there it goes for attackers again. See, now, that was... The attackers won that round, but I think the defenders won in style there, because that play by Jet was just... Although it didn't work out the exact way you wanted to see it, I got excited.
I feel like in any case, if your aim was a little bit higher, just to get a headshot with the
judge?
The judge, thank you. With the judge, just would have blown those two away.
Absolutely. Wow.
Now, I do want to see them switch sides. I'm really, really curious to see if there's any change in agents.
Maybe, perhaps. So, with because Prod is almost, I believe he's better on defense just because of knowing his play style. So seeing that, Oh yeah, so Chamber has, one of his abilities is pulling out this really accurate revolver, similar to the Sheriff, but with more damage. And it actually gives the ability to aim down sights, which is very great.
Funny that that's an ability that we have to add, but
Chamber's
I think,
all about accuracy.
He's French, you know that?
I did not.
Well, I take French class, so I feel like a special connection to Chamber.
Lay some French down for us, Adam.
Wow, you really put me on the spot.
Yeah,
I just floundered.
You're welcome. Oh, and so Spy getting a little chamber battle there. Prod there with the Ghost. I love the Ghost. The Sheriff now. A very slow round to start the first swap of sides.
Opening up that door again.
Keeping a nice angle there.
Yeah, I do think that provides some good a good angle.
But you really have to be accurate to hit that long shot like that. Gems is planting the spike. Where is Gems right now? Oh, on point A. Oh, letting go of the button a little too early. Not exactly quite getting the plant off. Who knows? Maybe that was
One
extra
enemy
seconds
remaining.
won the round there.
I don't know. I think Attack has got it this time. I mean, really, like they've just been pulling ahead. I realize that Blue has been pushing up equally. They've been getting a lot of minutes.
That's going to be for the attackers, yeah.
I think overall, just in team cohesion, they have it.
True. Now, this is a fun game to watch. I'm having a great time.
Je pense.
Yeah.
Le team cohesion. I think the team cohesion.
He does speak French.
est très cool. Very cool.
Oh.
Cool is just the same.
Trey Cool is the drummer for Green Day. Did you know that?
Really?
I did. Well,
now
it
I'm
is.
a Green Day fan.
There you go.
So we're coming up on round 9 here, or well, not
They are
round 9,
making
but I
this
do believe
simple.
it'll be the 9th round that Red wins. I don't want to. I don't
playing
wanna,
favorites now.
I don't want to play favorites, and I don't want anyone to win over the other. But I just think that Red has it. They're just being a lot more sneaky with their ability.
True. Oh, Fizz plans to see if he can get a quick pick. Not getting it.
Going for
One
the coverage
enemy
here
remaining.
by keeping. Okay, wow. So they
Spike
brought
down
it
B.
from a 3v2 to a 2v1.
See now, we've watched Prod take out 4 before, so and no means is he outmatched, but against his own teammates, who knows?
Who knows, right? Especially with Brimstone, who can kind of hold down the fort on his own.
Blue here's just trying to get a lucky headshot.
No
Ooh,
charge
and
left.
across.
Yeah.
That pistol is just so accurate at long distances.
It is.
That's why Chamber is just great for that long fight.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I think when I like to play, I try to play either Viper or Chamber. Two interesting kind of combos, but I do like that ability to close off parts of the map or keep my distance. And really, that rifle, just to me, there's no way to make that up on a team.
Now, Adam, do you know who I like to play?
Connor, I'm gonna go off a limb here. I'm gonna say
I like to play Cypher. Anyway, going into round number 15 here.
Get doing quick math, huh?
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, Brimstone dropping, just firing through. I think, when you're just sitting there kind of waiting, there's not a lot else you can do. I think we've seen them actually get picks that way, just firing through smoke or walls like that.
Yeah, and that's great to see because we've seen WPSD really rely on like their extreme use of smoke just to eliminate line of sight. But seeing both sides here
Last
like
player
playing such a
standing.
hard use of smoke
Spike down
is
A.
wow. I wasn't even looking at the screen where everyone was dead.
I saw Twizzy got a kill. Twizzy got a kill, and I was like, Connor.
Oh,
Connor.
it's happening! It's happening!
God, I'm so curious to see who comes out on top. I mean, I think a common thing with WPSD Comets is, if they start to lose a little bit, the other team is getting a good lead, they immediately rocket back up, even if they don't win. With the Phoenixes, they did not take that win, but they still managed to shoot themselves up 5 rounds before they finally got that loss.
Yeah, very true. So as we're seeing with
You want to play?
Prod's team,
Let's play.
Prod's team's making a comeback.
Here.
They lost 5 rounds at the beginning, and now they're only down by 3 as they're quickly moving up and up.
Yeah.
Now Fizz has really been trying hard for this flanking play. He's been trying different spots, trying to hold these corners. Hasn't worked for him so far, but you never know for just someone to look away at the wrong time.
Right. Moving up slowly.
Toxins
here.
going up.
Definitely watching a bit of a high ground there that you have to look out for.
Yeah, Gem's almost taking a slower approach, which is different than his normal play style. Oh, getting hit by the trademark there.
Oh.
Fizz is now going to know where he is. Oh.
Okay, but he got it.
Quick
That's all
with the
that
sheriff,
matters.
yeah.
Picks up the gun,
Here.
I believe.
And now the sheriff and a vandal, great to have.
Now the sheriff, as a pistol or as a revolver, just makes me nervous because I've mentioned this before, but you have to have such dead-on accuracy.
It's great when you hit it.
Yeah.
It makes you feel fantastic when you hit your
Like
shots.
a Wild West cowboy. Oh, behind him.
Oh,
and,
somehow surviving.
No, could not.
One
Ah,
enemy remaining.
Oh, there it is.
Comes back and quickly takes them out. I've been seeing that as a problem
30
for a lot
seconds
of the players
left.
today. Just not being able to finish the job. Okay, attackers take
Go to the attackers there, yeah.
That's their 10th win.
Wow.
Go to 13, so they're only going to need 3 more.
Yeah, this game is keeping me on my feet, and I'm excited.
Now, I do think that a switch in maps is going to be very helpful.
True.
I hope they get Icebox. I know that's out of all the maps, I've been saying that a lot. But I think that if they were to play on Icebox, they would get a lot of information about their team play style.
True. I would love to see Ascent also, because we saw in their game against the Burnett Barbarians how well they used that map to their advantage. They had strategies for how to attack each and every point, and it was doing fantastic. That's why they never ever lost a round in that second game. But when they played against the Phoenixes there, almost the same thing happened to them. So I want to see them play against each other on Ascent just to see how they can do it.
They found my trap.
All right,
Careful
Prod
there.
Dropped his smoke pretty early.
Pushing B really, really hard.
Yeah.
Spike is already planted.
Now, I do think that was interesting on Prod's part, putting down that utility so early.
One enemy remaining.
What was Yaru doing there?
I don't know.
couldn't- I
A part of me
couldn't
almost thought it was
tell,
this
yeah.
clone, but I'm like, that's not walking.
Yeah, Twizzy was in the middle of an animation of some kind, or was maybe lining something up, but I couldn't tell what it was. But that got them taken out pretty quick.
Yeah, Prod's gonna have to work fast here. The tactician of the team really gonna have to put in some work right
Viper
now.
wall really close.
Oh.
And there it is. I was gonna say they could pop out of anywhere.
But
so,
still impressive, that long
Yeah.
headshot.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. And I think that when you have a wall like that and there's only one person, you need to be very careful about where you move, because if you were walking along the length of that wall, they could pop out from literally anywhere and just take you out.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what they were waiting for there.
Yeah, and it's what they ended up doing. All right, so 2 more until red team wins here.
Until red team wins. Okay, all right, I see what you're talking about here. You know what? 7 rounds until blue team wins.
Cutting through.
Don't turn me against you, brother. All right.
For all those viewing at home, you're about to see a clash. Not only of WPSD Comets, put me in it.
If we go off the air for a little bit, it's because we are
Udison.
Playing a
attacking.
One
or
enemy
playing
remaining.
a furious game of rock, paper,
Or-
scissors.
yeah.
You never
down
know.
A.
the less violent. Okay, you're
Oh,
through.
shooting right around the
Yeah.
decoy, not even letting it phase him.
I think that was one of those instances where you just kind of have to guess and
Yeah.
hope that there's not somebody there. Wow. Defenders just really holding those tight angles.
Prod just heard his footsteps and just, whew,
That was-
exactly
that
where
was
he was coming.
interesting.
That was fantastic.
But that was good. That
was really good.
7th round for the 7th round 1 for the defenders there.
Very true.
Maybe you're right. Maybe there is a comeback coming. I can't tell.
You know, I'll never say it again because I know how it worked out with the Phoenixes last week, but perhaps I do smell a comeback.
You just said it. See, buddy, it'll be your
All right.
downfall. Okay, let's see. So we got a sniper rifle in play again. I've always loved to see that.
We saw fantastic work with the Marshall earlier this game by Blue. Decoy
Right up
coming
into
out.
that doorway. Jet
Very
flying
fast.
forward.
Just really doesn't exactly know where that jet went. Oh, and he teleports behind him.
Yoru, that could be very good.
Pushing now behind.
Spike
Oh,
down, B.
quick response
I got
by
the
Blue with their ult.
So it's now a 2v2. I think this is
Player
definitely the
standing.
one. Okay.
Now Fizz has a sniper. Fizz is by far one of the more accurate players
Yes.
on the defender's team.
Yes.
Playing chamber, you kind of have to be.
Now, it was done before. Can it be done again?
Spy did get a 3 kill earlier in this game, which in this mode is basically an ace.
One enemy
Right around
remaining.
that corner.
Trying to
and
hit that quick
yeah.
flick, but not getting it.
Quick
A
flick.
one-on-one. Oh, right in the back.
Turns around and just didn't expect them to be there.
Prod closing the gap 1 round at a time.
That's one of those things that is hard to manage. You either have to choose to run and just get some cover, or back up and hope that they come into your line of sight.
Yeah.
And I think right there just happened to be behind them.
Because both teams are spreading out so far that everyone thinks they know where the enemy team is, but you don't really know.
You never know.
So sometimes they're even losing track of where their teammates are.
Right. Okay, so defenders definitely coming up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it.
Caution here.
Boy,
Caution
let's
here.
see. I think that maybe...
Smoke's down.
Yeah, and Prod definitely likes to hold down that angle there. Drops their smoke very early every time.
As we know, he obviously doesn't. No one is attacking A right now. Looks like the whole enemy team is going around towards B, with everyone else kind of spreading out to meet that. Already losing their chamber there. Let's see how this B push goes. Looks like they're kind of halted there, not knowing where the defenders are. We're seeing on the map now as I believe it is Twizzy coming around with Yoru, using his ultimate, running around invisible. Let's see where he goes.
And I wonder if this is an instance of defenders being a little bit more careful.
Don't get in my way.
Maybe not rushing in so much. I mean, as far as I could tell, the attackers were the ones who were being very aggressive, especially with Jet. But
Last player
Oh
standing.
wow, not even caring
Spike
about
down,
the smoke,
B.
walking right in there, and Prod taking another round.
defenders win.
Amazing.
Boy. Now that they're at 9 now, where I think that's where they were when I said that I thought attackers were going to take it.
Well,
So-
maybe you should watch what you say, Adam.
Aren't I embarrassed?
Oh yeah, this is a very hard-fought game. Not one team really pulling away much further than the other.
I do think that WPSD Comets has a remarkable
works.
ability to start bringing it back, even if they don't win. They just have the ability to just keep going, keep getting those points.
They don't really get
Teleport's ready.
They don't.
Which is almost like when you see most teams, it's really easy when you feel like you're down by like 6 rounds and you're like, all right, game's
Trap
over, you gotta call
destroyed.
it there. I see WPSD Comets getting almost a little more juiced up. Yeah, almost a little more like ready to get that next round, get that next win.
Spike planted right away.
Yes. Yeah, and I got excited there because I thought that Viper was an enemy.
Rod.
Barely getting out of that ult. Still clipping Fizz.
All right, a 3v2. Odds are in the attacker's favor.
Launching
but
smoke.
As we know, with this game,
Prod setting down all that
Last
smoke again.
player standing.
Prod loves his smoke abilities just for the fact of how much chaos it causes on the map.
and Prod is very
Flawless.
particular.
And
Flawless
a flawless
victory.
attack, defender victory.
Now, Prod is very particular where he puts those smokes, because he left just enough space for him to peek around the side without being completely covered by his smoke. And I like that. I think that's, dropping that just randomly it can work sometimes.
And
but
the fact that he can do it so fast.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Just knows right where he wants them. Okay, so all attackers need to do is get one more round, and then they take it. And
But you know what? It's not going to happen.
Here.
I see it. I can see it in Prod's eyes. He's not going to let that
I'm
happen.
at the point right now where I could easily go both ways.
Yeah.
The defenders have proven to me that they are capable. Just
Fizz
very
again
capable.
having his ult on the other side.
Here.
And we know how devastating a chamber ult can be if it's used correctly.
And it just watches that smoke, which is something I find funny. I think there was that ult orb right there. Just didn't want to get it.
It's not even worth it at that point. You got to be
Right.
locked in.
You're scared.
Yeah.
There's that fear that they'll just come out. Oh, okay. I thought that was an enemy player.
It's like this.
Yeah,
it
sorry.
happened to me too. Yeah.
I was that red highlight is like, oh. So I thought that was another instance just popping out.
Looks like nobody knows where anybody is
Yeah,
here.
Very slow game right now.
Take it. Well, yeah. Maybe here we're seeing them trying new play styles. Oh wow!
Goes over that
Quick
rail.
shot with
Last
Fizz. Now is
player
Fizz gonna? Oh, and
standing.
Robert.
Flawless.
Whoa! Round's over.
How did these?
Round's over. Round's over, folks. Go home.
And I remember 3 seconds ago we were saying, "Wow, slow round," and it's over.
And it's over.
Well, I mean, that's all it really takes in Valorant, does it? It takes 3 seconds of whatever you want to.
I feel bad whoever's operating our camera right now because there's no way you could switch fast enough. It's like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, maybe we should just have like a little, just like tapping the button over and over.
All right,
Decoy.
so we're gonna have to switch to another map after this one's over. I really do want to see how they work just based on the map. I mean, this one's interesting for me because we've never played on this.
Time to jump.
Yeah.
WPSD Talent has just never seen.
We're seeing a brief cameo of Coach Gary in the back of Twizzy here. I'd love to see it.
Ooh, okay. Not looking good for
One
defenders right
enemy
now.
remaining.
Oh, all right. Prod again. Left is the last man
Now
standing.
can Prod keep this game from winning? See, this is the situation where it's most nerve-wracking.
Prod will bring them home.
Yeah.
Prod.
Because we've talked about Prod staying calm in these situations before, but the fact that not only is the spike planted, he's outnumbered, and it's the last round if he loses. That's a lot of pressure.
Got it. Easy,
Taking out that trademark.
easy money.
Nobody knows where he is. Oh, well, someone does, but let's see how that works
Slowly.
out. Oh, and that's going to be the round for the red
Attackers
team.
win.
Wow.
Team of Spy Blue and Gems taking it away.
God,
That was a fun game.
That definitely surprised me. I didn't expect them to get to 9 rounds won, and that's nothing against their team members. I think both teams are very good. But just with the way they were getting hammered in the first couple rounds, it didn't seem possible. But I mean, they brought it up to 10.
Absolutely.
They brought it up to 10, and let's see who's top of the leaderboard there. That's Blue as Jet. Yeah.
Yeah, we saw some crazy stuff happening with Blue earlier.
Really doesn't surprise me. I mean, Jet, I think especially with the way Blue plays them, Jet's just so powerful to be able to get from one side of the battlefield to another, and especially when you just are holding those angles and you don't expect someone behind you.
Absolutely, and something that I just love to see with WPSD Comets is I played Valorant here and there. I know some stuff, but they find ways to use agents' abilities in ways that I never would have thought of. Like the fact that we saw Gems using Sage's wall to just get to hop on a box and get extra height and then just take out multiple players, or what we saw with Blue there, just using a mixture of all of Jet's abilities, her smoke, her dash, her lift, to just get in and fly all around enemies. It's really interesting to see how someone else looks at these abilities, because I see them so one-dimensional.
I agree. And when you're really into the game and you're playing that character competitively, you develop this new bond that someone who just does it casually could never get.
Yeah, and Twizzy did great work with Yoru. I hope we see more Yoru in the future, in future games, just because I feel like he's such a well-rounded and useful character for the team. Yeah.
All right. Do you think there's going to be any agent switches?
Probably. I'm going to see that, mainly just because we've seen so many new agents come out so far. We see so many battles between the two chambers. I want to see maybe some players will switch back to characters they're comfortable with. Maybe Twizzy, as he said yesterday, maybe wants to play more Reyna. Maybe we'll see more Reyna coming out.
I actually thought Yoru was Reyna for a minute. Their icons look very similar. So I was surprised when you said Yoru, but I was also very pleasantly surprised. I was happy about it.
Yes.
Because I agree. I think Yoru is an asset to their team, and if played correctly, maybe if one of them realizes they have a knack for him, I think just being able to maneuver like that is powerful.
I love how he was using his duplicate. Just because you don't get to see it, but we get to see the player's face.
Yeah.
And just watching that little eyebrow wrinkle of which one is. But yeah, that's always great to see. All right, so we're gonna take a quick break. Please stay tuned as we get ready for the next game.
Here we go again. Trying hard, but you wanna be my friend. Ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. Here we go again. Call my bluff, I'ma be here till the end. I'm the one you ride, I'm the one you ride to. If you don't wanna change, ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. If you don't wanna change, I can help you out, 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 I can help you out. Here we go again. Time is up and I'm calling up my friends. Ain't no wonder why, ain't no one to ride to. Here we go again. Call me up and you wanna be my friend. I'm the one you ride, I'm the one you ride to. If you don't wanna change, ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. If you don't wanna change, I can help you out, I can help you out, I can help Look, if you don't wanna change, ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. If you don't wanna change, I can help you out. 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 I can help you out.
I was angry before, but I circled the drain in my mind. I can't find. Don't let the sun go down. Don't let the sun go down. I was angry before, but I circled the drain in my mind. I can't find. Don't let the sun go down. Don't let the sun go down. Don't let the sun go
I get lost inside my thoughts, and when I start to think, oh, the Tahoe closest starts to end up on the brink. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep, I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe, and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye. I forgive the pain you gave to me so long ago. Sleepless nights I laid awake just begging to let go. I almost got to suicidal thoughts, but you stepped in An angel sent from heaven showed me how to live again. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe, and I don't wanna die.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the second round of tonight with the WPSD Comets, the inter-team scrimmage. We're gonna be having a map switch up and possibly some agent switch ups, which I am greatly excited for.
Me too. Well, last game was fun. I loved every aspect of last game. Just how hard each team was fighting. Just how versatile these new agents that they were using were being. It was so much fun.
I agree, and I think that. Okay, well, let's see. Okay, so they did.
Wow, so that's so many new characters. We're seeing two ciphers. We're seeing a neon now. I have no idea what neon can do, to be honest.
Neither.
Sova and should I even keep talking? Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That was
Twizzy almost
like
taking a 3 kill.
Whose reload animation would go faster?
Sky, who is another very interesting agent that we haven't really seen too
Who
much
can
of.
self-heal, actually.
Two ciphers. Wow. A very quick Prod. I don't know if they switched up teams, like who's on who
That was
since last
such a-
time, but Prod, wow, taking a very quick retaliation for losing last game.
That was such a crazy, chaotic match.
I don't. Let me be honest with you. I barely knew what happened.
Like, I'm still like not sure what happened. I saw the two ciphers, right? Which I think is going to be great. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
But I was like, wait, so that's Scott. Oh, and Scott. Okay, and the match is over.
Just coming out the gate with Nia, because Neon, just because we know so many players in this team just like to get in the face. Neon's great, just for how fast she can move and how fast she can go in.
Okay, so now here, did they switch? Are they defending, or were the attackers now defenders?
I am not actually sure right now. So we have a mixture. I think it's the same team as last time. Twizzy played Yoru last game, and it looks like he's trying out a ton of new players because using Neon. Neon is, I think, the fastest operator in the game.
Yeah.
Gotta go!
Oh yeah, for sure.
Which is great for his
Go,
play.
go, go.
I think he's trying to find a nice new agent to use in the game. Getting snagged by, he got snagged by
enemy remaining.
Cypher's
Shocking!
ability there. Barely, almost
Tripwire.
tripwire.
One
Yes,
enemy
barely,
remaining.
barely staying alive there. So now we see very quick response by
We
Spy.
can jump back and forth, but Cypher has that camera. So it's like jumps to the camera, to the Cypher, to the Neon.
It's almost information overload.
Yeah, like sensory overload
Yes.
for us. Okay, so I am curious because that was such a drastic change from the players that they were before.
I was sitting comfortably. I was like, so we have Yoru, he's new, and then we have like some players we're used to, and now we have two drastically different teams. Every player is playing somebody they're not usually playing.
and right now it's 1v1.
Yeah.
So it's very even.
So almost every single player is playing someone who they're not really used to playing, and I don't know who to talk about first.
I know. Okay, so Spy looking down that hall. Nobody coming there really though.
Cypher is a very interesting
Blocking-
agent. I don't know if he'll be the best for WPSD's playstyle, but it's definitely fun to
Stay
see.
down.
Wow, that was a great pick there. Got Fizz. Like I said, that jet maneuverability.
Planted
By not even wasting any time to play it. Putting down all the tripwires. Wow. Oh wow, is that?
One enemy remaining.
Oh, and got her.
No more
through the
charges
wall.
left.
Yeah, thanks to his tripwire. That tripwire really did save him. As soon as that wall went down, he used it.
Hiding.
Putting down cameras now.
Okay, it's Sky v all. Sky versus the world.
Now, Prod is known for these situations, so let's see how he can do this.
He ends up being the one kind of put into them the most.
Well, he is the tactician, so when the rest of his team runs in, he kind of is forced to be that guy to say like, all right, I gotta clutch this.
Time to move up. All down, and yeah,
He was surrounded on all sides there. It
a
was
knife
hard
and
to.
a shotgun, very close range.
Yeah.
There's not a lot you can do.
All right, so it's 2-1 now. It's already this map has been throwing me for a loop.
I feel like you get into combat very quickly.
Yes.
There's none of that walking around. It's just like you meet each other right away, and then the fight starts.
It's very fast and close quarters map. I'm wondering if we're going to see more Neon in their actual games.
I don't know. I don't think, because Yoru is a great option, right? But Neon, as we've seen right now, is also a very viable option.
And we've also seen Twizzy just do great work with his tried and true characters.
Yeah, his bread and butter.
Yeah, his bread and butter.
While I would like to see them get comfortable with one of those characters, that may be something for the off season, to really practice and study that character, because it's hard when you're in the middle of the season to just change what you're doing.
True.
All right, Spy.
Last
taking out
player
Fizz
standing.
Again, actually, I think it's the second time. Blue moving in.
Yes. Gems planting the spike.
Similar situation, Sky just left. So she's going to have to work pretty hard to...
Revealing area.
Oh yeah, that's going to catch someone there. I'm trying to get a pick through the wall. See, I believe we saw someone play Sova last game, and Sova's a great information agent. Oh wow. Yeah, just because we know of being able to see agents through walls is always amazing. Just to show, just get your team information.
Yeah, and I think they got spotted, and with that pincer maneuver, just had to make a decision.
Absolutely, the red team's kind of taking a bit of an early lead here, two against the blue team. Now, so do you believe that with their weapon choices right now, we've seen them mainly stick to like the tried and true, like the bread and butter Vandal, but talking to and interviewing the players yesterday, they said that they want to use more operators like we've been wanting them to for so long, just being able to get that range aspect, and they've definitely been like practicing with range, just seeing all the chambers that are coming out. So what do you think about that?
That's actually what I was thinking about. My contemplative if you heard it. So obviously it makes sense that they're not pulling out a lot of snipers on this map, the map is not great for it, definitely close quarters, very short corridors. But I also don't like it when they use the sheriff. I think that you just need to be so consistent, and a lot of the time WPSD Comets just need to...
One enemy
I like
remaining.
it better. Honestly, I love it when they use ghosts, because ghosts just have that ability to, they're accurate, almost like,
Wow, sorry, same situation again. Sky's left.
Maybe Prod needs to take a bit of a more aggressive
roll,
approach,
yeah.
because maybe if he's there with the rest of his team, perhaps they'd be able to take more of the enemy's players away too.
Because at a certain point, you have to say, hey man, I'm always the one that's alive, right? I'm the last one.
So we're getting a new camera here. We're getting a little wide shot. We're
Looking
everybody.
for a second, that's all right. I think she's using the sheriff.
Yes.
Okay.
Take what's useful.
Prod did a good job there, but again, it's
I
going to
think,
go to the red team.
I think there is something to say though about, hey, if I'm always the last one alive, maybe that means I'm not moving in fast enough.
And that's basically what this game is all about, isn't it? Just learning like what can I work on to take more games.
And Prod has always been the one that's, like we've said, historically has stayed behind rather than play Jet or something like that. So I think that maybe it would make more sense if they took a more active role, just pushing
And
forward.
again, you got to think about he's almost always have played Brimstone.
Keep them
So
cornered.
seeing Sky now, I like Sky. I like Sky as an agent. I don't know if it's best for this team.
Yeah, I
Deploying drone.
And what does that wolf do? I believe it goes and it tracks the players, doesn't it?
I believe so. I rarely ever see someone play Sky. I've never played Sky myself, so I'm not exactly sure what her abilities do specifically.
Sky, I feel like is best in a team setting. Sky really is the best when you have like a full group of people that each have a very, very specific role on the team.
Absolutely.
Whereas it's kind of like a mixed bag with this, so she's not nearly as effective.
So now we see Twizzy watching this hallway here. I don't know if he is aware of the two players down, but maybe will he try to do that earlier tactic that he did?
Last player standing.
Oh, well, clearly
Right
not.
away.
Yeah, wow.
And it's Sky left alone again.
Oh boy.
I mean, that's got to be tough for Prod, but I'm sure he's trying to make some smart plays, moving slowly. But at a certain point, like when you're left by yourself.
Yeah, being that tactician is almost taking too long. And now here with almost like with the amount of tripwires and Sova arrows, it's hard to really rush in there to get, because he's playing against the clock now. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. Especially the spike planted low back. Checking those corners, making sure. Might have a confrontation here.
Seeing a wide view, I like the camera.
Flawless.
Oh.
And taken out right as they get into that hall.
Yeah, Spy is really almost like an underdog when you think of like how good he is with accuracy, because we've talked to so many players, and they're all talking about accuracy, but some player we haven't really given that much almost. His like dividends is Spy.
Yeah.
Spy has like fantastic accuracy overall.
I agree, and I think I don't like that.
Yes, this should
I've
go.
said this before. I don't like the sheriff. I really don't. You have to be a Deadeye. Like McCree in Overwatch, right target's right there.
I played a mean McCree in Overwatch. You know I did.
Connor, I won't confirm or deny that. I'm gonna keep your Overwatch playing skills on the down low.
And I'll keep my self-esteem high.
One enemy
Smoke
remaining.
there.
Using that same spot. Oh, whoa! Jets actually up top. I didn't even.
Wow,
They moved so
it
quick.
just
Yeah.
happened so fast that I didn't even see it.
And
Planted the spike.
same.
No more
Because in this
charges left.
instance, I think that
now.
Prod did the right
Cage
thing.
triggered.
You know, both of his teammates moved up so fast. Like there wasn't a lot Prod could do if he wanted to take any kind of back roll.
Yeah, absolutely. And the green team here keeps getting put in this situation. So something has to change if they want to take more rounds. Because it's always kind of played out the same. So something is going to have to change if they want to bring it back.
Yes. And I think this here might be an example of just them getting point after point after point, because they have seemed. I think the defenders have seemed pretty sure of their desire to move in quickly and leave Prod, I think, behind.
Yeah, maybe, who knows? Maybe either all of them staying behind or Prod rushing in with them. Who knows?
Ready.
I want to see Cypher's abilities come out a little more. Those tripwires have been doing good work, but
Deploying
I think
drone.
that camera is always fun.
Yeah, very true. Cypher, his ultimate, I believe, it lets him reveal the
Out of
positions
charges.
of all the enemy teams on the map, which is fantastic if you have someone like Sova, which I believe is why they're pairing the two together.
Yeah. All right, CG3, not bad for them.
Similar situation, but Twizzy is still alive here to help out, and it looks like they're on both sides. Great for a
Spike
pinch maneuver
planted.
if they can pull it off. 2v2 here with Prod.
Last player
Oh,
standing.
And Sky getting taken out. So wow, it's just
Left down to Twizzy, and Twizzy's known for Twizzy's very fast. And with the agent he's playing, who knows how quick he's going. Oh, and he has an operator. I didn't even see that.
when you just have that sniper rifle
Yeah.
and you get that pick, there's nothing you can do.
Absolutely. Yeah, the operator's just one stage down from Chambers' ultimate. The operator's expensive, but by far my favorite.
I mean,
weapon
if
in
you
the
can
game.
use it, like especially around those corners like that, there's nothing better than getting a one-shot clean, just knock them out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's also one of the most powerful things you can do with a sniper in this game.
Absolutely.
All right, so I do like the map that they have, though. It's much different from the one we
break's
were playing
over.
before. I think most definitely, or most noticeably, in the fact that combat is starting so much sooner.
Very true, and we can see that just like in the number of rounds taken by which team. Just it's definitely favoring the strategy of one over the other.
Right.
Maybe that'll change once we switch to defending, but who knows?
Moving in slow, Twizzy, I think definitely.
Twizzy's actually had
trying
a great opportunity to get behind them, but he doesn't exactly know
I
where they
know,
are.
I know.
So he's waiting there, but they've already come past this corner along the way.
Oh, okay.
Spike
I'll take
down
a
A.
quick kill on Spy.
So they got their Cypher out.
Looks like they have the red team completely surrounded here. Maybe they're going to get their second round.
2v2 now. Totally equal.
Last player
Shooting down that
standing.
Sova arrow so quickly. Oh, but through the wall. Blue takes down Prod.
Hackers, you're quickly
I got the
getting
spike.
that upper hand yet again.
Brother v. brother.
Brother v. brother.
Here.
Battle of the Ages.
Imagine if you had a twin brother and you just dressed exactly the same and your code words were the same. Cypher
Oh, well,
with
I will
an
think
eye.
about that now.
Cypher with an eye.
Cypher with an eye.
All right, you are moving fast, and yeah, politics.
Yeah, wow.
Okay, so attackers are flying forward right now. They
Yeah.
have 8. Don't need many more to win, and I mean we could see the close to this scrimmage pretty soon now.
Yeah, only about took 2 more rounds till we switch to see a side swap, and by then they're only going to need about 2 more rounds on attack to finish it off. This might be a very quick scrimmage here.
Yeah, I know when they got that win at the beginning, we were both very surprised. I think we were excited for a match that was pretty close, but Unfortunately, maybe they'll just keep going at the rate they're going.
Yeah, and
flight.
blowout is always, I mean, not really a blowout because they are taking some rounds, but a blowout, although it does show a team skill, it also is, maybe not the most fun to view.
And it's also not. I think it's hard to consider it a blowout too, considering that they're part of the same team.
Absolutely,
and just switching up that dynamic, which is that nobody was prepared for this.
I mean, this is mainly for practice.
Right. Yeah, the Eagles
Enemy
kind of
down.
dropped out without.
Them out.
Like we didn't really know what
Leaving
to say,
area.
what we would be able to do. So, especially not being prepared, kind of having just to jump into it, they're doing very well. They're all doing very, very well.
Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
Held
Seeing
that
on the
corner.
scoreboard, just everyone's getting a fair amount of kills.
So can the attackers hold on?
remaining.
That would be Cypher putting down
Brother
that.
v. brother. Now this cannot just be a shoot fest. It's gotta be. I was gonna say if it was a shoot fest, they had less health. They were gonna go down.
And that's
but
the second round for green team.
Mm-hmm.
That's great to see.
maybe they'll get a few more before the nights close.
Yeah, maybe. We're going to see only a few more rounds before we're going to switch to defending, which
I think will help them immensely. Honestly.
absolutely, yeah. Prod's definitely more comfortable on defense,
And-
which
and
is
a
when we
Cypher-
saw most of him taking.
Right.
Yeah.
And a Cypher on defense is better than a Cypher on attack.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like all agents have their
Don't
their
give them
like.
ground.
That's a terrible knife. I'm sorry.
You don't like it?
I mean, like it's not. It's barely pointy. You're not even.
Yeah, like how are you supposed to do anything?
It's like a
with
box
that?
cutter.
Yeah, it's a box cutter.
Anyway, moving up with the Vandal here. Okay, so holding that, yeah, and the painful
Careful.
thing is that there's nobody there. They could easily rush up and get a good pick, but when you're playing, you don't know that. You got to be careful.
Yeah, looks like the defenders are trying a new strategy, just spacing them out. Looks like everyone almost surrounding the middle, so that almost putting the attacks in a box. No one. Ooh, wow.
Five, pushing up pretty quick,
Careful.
going down their abilities. All right, Neon put up a big wall there.
Neon with her ultimate wall is. Yeah, I
One
do love
enemy
seeing Twizzy
remaining.
with that ultimate.
Here.
Although, yeah, Twizzy's early
Spike planted.
kill streak at the beginning of the game was so much fun to see. I want to see more of that as we move on.
So the spike has been planted, so it's a race against time here for Prod. Really going to have to push through on the other side of that door, and I think Spy knows it. Oh, Spy's in that angle.
I still
Going
don't
around
see
to the
it.
attackers.
Okay, so here we're at a very similar spot that we
one
were
more
last
round until we're going to switch.
Okay, one more round, and then I think their Cypher has a chance to really shine and show what they can do.
Yeah, because the defender Cypher has really been doing great so far, but we just almost. Yeah, I just think they're all around better on defense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do too. Last round before swap.
Before the swap. I love the swap.
Man, don't get ready for the swap. Okay, so they are moving forward. Cypher putting down his abilities here. Fizz making sure to get that camera, which I want to see more of. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten to see the camera in action a lot, but I do think the camera is a very fun mechanic. Holding, wow, right away.
Almost reminiscent of a similar game, Siege, Rainbow Siege.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No more
Valkyrie,
charges.
You can see a lot of aspects in other
Cage triggered.
games like in this game. Clearly,
One
almost
enemy
clearly
remaining.
inspired by Overwatch and
I mean,
CS:GO.
in this day and
but-
age, like it's so hard to make a game that has no aspect of something else.
Cage triggered.
And honestly, I think Valorant did an amazing job combining those aspects.
Yeah, because I think the best aspect of games like Overwatch and CS:GO to
Yeah.
create such a fun game for these players.
All right, now it's Prod again, very low health. So it's going to
One
be very hard
enemy
to pull
remaining.
this through. Oh, Prod though, getting two people down. All that just like that. Yeah, I mean, when you have so little health like that, it's so hard.
Yeah, the attackers are really running away with this game in the scrimmage, but not to say that the defenders aren't doing fantastic.
Because, like I said, when you mix up a team like this, you're not prepared as much as you would be to face another team.
No,
you're really
yeah.
not. So it wouldn't be totally fair to judge them based off of this because, I mean, it's just a different ballpark.
It's a completely different ballpark because not only are you playing against someone who knows exactly how you play, but you're also playing with you're trying new things, you're trying different strategies, you're trying different agents.
Right.
So it's so much different, like stuff that you're not going to see in a normal game
Yeah.
when you're playing when it's an actual game in the league, which I think is one of the most fun things about this part.
Okay, here we go. So it's their first, Prod's first round on Defense?
Attack.
Attack, sorry, attack. Prod's first on attack.
Scanning ahead.
So the red team is going to have quite a few rounds to pick it up if they want to win. So the defenders here only need to take 3 rounds.
Only 3, which is dangerous. Very, very dangerous.
Yeah, but who knows? That could put them at almost like a bit of a cocky perspective. We saw when we were talking about this to the players yesterday. A lot of them said like how they were almost upset in how when they lost the Phoenix,
One
they
enemy
did feel a
remaining.
little cocky going into it after their big win against the Burnett Barbarians earlier. And as we said, Prod does do great work on defense.
Prod doing work.
The 3rd kill for Prod. Oh, an ace in a game like this. So that's always fun to see. I'm waiting to see an ace in the league games because we see it almost happen so much, and I'm almost like I'm fiending for it.
I think Prod was the only person who got 4, right?
Yes.
And got very, very close.
Prod was, I believe, 2nd on the leaderboard last time. Which when we talked yesterday, he was very happy with how he did, but he wants to do better for his team overall.
Yeah, and I think that just goes back to that team cohesion, communication. If you don't feel like you're supporting your team like you should be, then
Something has to change. Yeah.
Right. All right, let's see. Not many shotguns or anything coming out right now. Maybe for the best. If you just do your tried and true, don't worry about it too much. You have a better chance of winning.
I do love seeing the Spectre here because it's not like the Phantom where it's lighter and it lets you get more things done. And I always love seeing when either Twizzy or Gems uses it just because they're the most aggressive players on WPSD. Yeah. So just having that light gun that can get that work done is an amazing choice for them.
Neon really slamming down those.
Keeping them at bay. And that's what he's taking a very fast
One
rush.
enemy remaining.
Oh, wide angle now.
Oh boy. Gosh, the attackers are just freaking out on them over here.
Yeah, I believe
Spike
because
planted.
Prod wasn't doing. We've seen Prod usually do fantastic on defense, but he really wasn't getting that much done. But now seeing that he's a switch to attack, it's almost completely changed. It looks like both teams are more geared towards attack.
All right, 2v1. Prod is on very low health, though.
Yeah.
Anything will kill at this point. I mean, if they can get a good
A light
hit on
breeze,
Prod.
some would say.
Last player
Oh, okay,
standing.
okay,
Oh
Prod's
yeah.
down. Oh,
Oh,
wow.
but a nice holding that high angle.
Uh-huh.
Twizzy loves getting that height.
It's so important.
Yeah,
that high
absolutely.
ground is so important. But this is great. Like, I mean, this is a really interesting testament to their ability to play one side over the other.
Absolutely. I believe a very wise man once said, "Don't try it. I have the high ground." And look what happened to the guy that tried it.
I wonder if they're making a movie about that guy.
I don't think they did. That would be stupid.
Yeah, that'd be silly.
That'd be dumb.
Anyway, we are seeing though the attackers right now. I mean, Prod moving up. They were at 2 and now they're at 4. It doesn't seem like much, but I mean, in a game where the other team is 3 away from winning, any move counts. Oh boy, right away getting taken out.
Yeah, Spy is scary. Just the ability of like so far down the way that there's just a speck, but he still finds the head somewhere around.
Last player standing.
Another long shot by
Yeah,
Spy.
that
I believe
neon
he's
wall.
using the semi-auto rifle, which is very, very accurate.
Jeff taken out.
Oh, he's shooting. That's brilliant. He's using those boxes as cover and using his camera to get the pick. That's a very interesting strategy
love
using
that.
Cypher. Just shooting through this box.
Now, gonna have to be careful though for a flank because
Yeah.
Cypher is on very low
Still
health.
believing that the enemy Cypher is there, he's going to stay at that box. While Cypher looks like, oh wow, no one's defending A. Running up towards A, he's in the clear to get a plant, and then that instantly changes the aspect of the game.
I mean, Cypher though, they are Fizz is on such low health. I mean,
Planted
they're
the
gonna have to
spike.
hold out really well.
And then here's the scary part about the defenders. The defenders don't know where the spike is. It could be at C, it could be at B. I believe they are starting to figure it out that it's at A.
Cage
At a
triggered.
certain point, you start to
A
think,
fantastic play by Fizz overall, just turning the game completely on them.
One enemy
Oh wow.
remaining.
Yeah, I believe Fizz is going to take this round. This is a brilliant play on him. Just seeing like, hey, my teammates are gone, but if I go this way, if I do the one thing that they are not expecting me to do, I think I can still take this round, and they are.
I mean, just sitting in that angle, holding it, he knows. No!
Oh, giving it away too early. Giving him just. I don't believe he has enough time to
I don't
defuse it
think
though.
so. That animation is different.
Oh, and an
no.
amazing clutch by Spy.
All
Just
players.
using every second of his time to his advantage.
All players died in that one.
Wow.
I think that's the first time we've seen that.
Tooth and nail to the bitter end.
That was great.
That was
I mean,
great.
I think Fizz knew all he had to do is draw his attention away for long
It's
enough.
brother v brother. battle for the century.
Gosh,
I would love to see it.
Another game that's starting to get up there and just get really close. This is so
It's
interesting.
a great overall show of their skills. See, now so far they only
crash
won
against
2
our
rounds.
wall.
Prod team only won 2 rounds
goes
before
there.
the swap, and now the swap they've taken every
goes
single
here.
round so far.
Right.
Almost losing that last game, but Fizz's amazing tactical thought process there really did amazing work.
All right, let's see how this next round goes. I mean, these next few determine who wins. Like literally, they do.
Prod always taking the spike, which is perfect for his play style. Just always be playing the defensive, the defensive leader of his team, which is great.
Trying to remove some Cypher traps, I believe.
Cage triggered.
Maybe? Oh,
So many abilities are coming out. It's almost hard to think about it. Twizzy and Prod just running in there.
Attackers easily defeating most of the other teams.
Twizzy has his ultimate already and popping that down, and instantly it goes back to their game. They are holding this the way that they want to. Definitely Prod was trying something new here, and he is doing wonders on attack that he wasn't doing last game.
So again, Cypher is all that's left. Gonna have to hold off against Sky and Neon.
And like a few rounds ago, Twizzy with an operator in that window, holding the height. That's what he does best.
This is okay. So this is going to be a longer game than we first anticipated.
They're really coming back with round after round. So far, they have not lost a single round on attack.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move in here and see what else this round. This is round number 17?
Yes.
Okay, round 17. There has been a swap. This is a brand new map.
That goes there,
Watching
this goes
Cypher put
here.
down their traps here.
Yes, this should do.
Yeah, no Cypher traps because it's kind of like
this is a
Half-Cam
nice spot.
in Rainbow Six. There's those devices like right alongside the walls.
You really have to slow it because not only knowing that those devices are out there, not only can they like really hinder you, but just knowing that they're out there makes you slow down, almost grinds the enemy to a halt. Because they have to check every single doorway.
The great thing is that if
Twizzy was an amazing pick with an operator.
Cage triggered.
All right, let's see. Moving in slowly. That angle.
One enemy remaining.
Everyone knows where everybody is.
Ooh,
Barely
almost.
missing Sova with that operator shot. Trying to take a 7th round. You know, with how many rounds if the attackers do take every single round. Oh no!
No. Oh. Switch
Using
to
the
your pistols.
speed of Neon to whoa.
Switch to your pistols faster than we're loading.
This is
Go, go, go. Oh, no!
Man, the attackers are winning like right. The attackers are running away with it, but not to say that the defenders aren't making them work for it.
Oh, that would have been crazy.
My heart's going. This is fun.
That's one of the most common pieces of advice in any shooter game is switch into the other weapon is faster than reloading. Because, I mean, when you're in a pickle, you can't wait to reload. You gotta just pull out the gun, pull out the Glock.
Playing a little ring around Rosie with the box. See, now, what I was going to say was, if the attackers do end up taking every single round here, there is going to be 12 to 10, and there's going to be another swap. So,
Scanning ahead.
let's hope that they can take it. Like, if they want to win, they're going to have to take that one more round on defense, which they weren't really working with too well before the swap.
Oof, okay, so attackers
Spike
losing
down.
Losing that semi-auto.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Confident enough to peek around the side and get that clean kill.
Yeah.
So
Prod is
3-2 now.
just, I love seeing the accuracy. A lot of it is practice here for what they said they wanted to work on accuracy, so they're doing great with that.
So flashbang, nobody's there though. Spy, oddly fitting for that character, is kind of just sitting there, waiting, holding that angle.
Remember that old show, Spy vs. Spy?
I do.
Cypher reminds me of that.
I agree with you.
Yeah? 'Cause that's what I was thinking when you said
the
that.
white costume.
Yes.
All right. Not too spread out right now, which is good. Now the attackers though are pretty bunched.
Yeah, the attackers have been working well with their overall speed, just working out like how to do what. So seeing them almost stalled here, looks like they're going to run around and almost go to C, which the defenders don't know what they're doing yet. Oh, but looks like the defender Sova is trying to rotate quickly, almost going to catch
30
Twizzy here
seconds
right as he
left.
plants.
Wow, yeah, planting, putting those
Pulling that angle with the operator.
One enemy remaining.
Lovely pick. I love Twizzy using his operator here.
I love the sniper rifle.
Yeah, he said he wanted to use the operator more in the
I wish they came
interview
out.
yesterday. And I love that. Wow. I don't even see the shots before they happen.
That's what, their 8th?
Yeah. Wow.
Now they're 2 behind, and then they will. You're right. They will have to switch, which is unfortunate. But I mean, there's only so much switching can do. I feel like they might have this.
Not long ago, we were talking that of what this might be a blowout. I think we're eating our words now.
We always do.
Yeah.
We should just refrain from making any opinion based on
Or
that.
perhaps, hear me out. Let's next time they make a lead game, let's say WPSD is going to lose.
Maybe then the karma will strike back, and
Yes.
we'll be able to get a nice, easy win. Jumping around, knife out. Not a bad play.
Not a bad play.
Running into a box, it's okay.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to run into a box and get there.
They're all moving up that hallway there.
As we watching Blue here talk, he's making lots of call-outs.
Blue's ult is actually coming out right now. Not happy about that. All right, Cypher moving around. Okay.
Spike
Got
down.
the
C.
Wow, with a long headshot.
No,
with the classic,
the
that was-
reload
Standing.
animation got in the way.
Yeah, see, switching to your pistol. Well, yeah, I guess he didn't have anything to switch to, so I guess he was following your rules, Adam. Swizzy with the plant.
Sorry, I led you to your doom.
Wow. They really brought it back.
Revealing
I remember
area.
saying, like, wow,
Found
2 to
them.
10. They really have to start working with it if they want to bring it back. And they have been working with it. They've been doing great.
The attackers won. I'm starting to get like bumps on my skin, the little goosebumps just from seeing it.
Oh man, it's so much fun to see. It's the Battle of the Titans.
Battle of the Titans.
Yes. You know that old story where the Greek gods fought against the Titans to usurp it?
It's a
This is
classic.
exactly what it is.
I really want to see how this helps their team ability overall. I mean, you got to imagine going up against your teammates is not the easiest thing in the world, but understanding how to play against people that you know, it's just that open line to communication that I think will help them.
I think there's going to be some heavy trash talk when this game is over. But friendly trash talk,
Glad
of
I'm not
course.
in that room though. I'll tell you.
Now, I don't quite know. Oh, they're sending out some abilities here from Quad.
Space whale, it looks like. I love it. You would add.
Yes.
Okay, so Prod moving in on the side. Now,
One
when do they
enemy
switch
remaining.
after this match, or
Uh,
when they get to 12.
when they get to 12, I believe.
Okay, that's still there. I mean,
Oh wait, no. Sorry, I didn't read completely wrong. The red team could just take this game
that's
entirely.
what I
One
yeah,
enemy
that's what I
remaining.
figured. But although I'm so bad at math that I didn't want to say anything because I was like, well, hey, chances are I messed it up too.
Yeah, because that's something that most people at home don't know is that me and Adam are not great at math.
We're awful at it. As a matter of
Yeah,
fact.
absolutely.
All right, a 1v1, brother v brother.
Brother v
Spy
brother,
spy.
brother, spy v spy, Cypher versus Cypher, and Spike is playing.
Hey,
Clutch.
Oh wow.
What?
So so now what they can do here is that if the defenders take one more round, then they're going to have to swap.
Mm-hmm.
And they definitely are more comfortable on attack.
For sure.
Both teams.
for sure. And it really was that switch from defense to attack, or to attack to defense that like got them going.
True. Yes.
But now I'm so curious to see if they can get that one round they need to switch everyone back and maybe make it easier for themselves.
Yeah. Imagine this coming down at 12 to 12, like you and I, like
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna have fingers. I'm not gonna have
Hands gripped on the table.
I'm not gonna have fingernails. I'm gonna chew them all off. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a
That checked out.
yeah. My nails. I could use some nail work.
All right, Prod, a manicure.
A manicure. That's what I was
there
looking
it is. Prod has the spike now. Pretty typical. Going to move it forward.
One
Away from
enemy
the-
remaining.
Wow.
Spike down mid.
Gets them right out the gate. Prod has been taken down, and with the spike,
They may be forced to swap if the defenders can take this.
Flawless.
they pushed fast. They did not want
No
Neon
one
getting
left to
away.
send a
Yeah.
message.
So wow, okay, they're swapping. And that's going to be round 12 for the defenders. Now the attackers, they need one more to win.
Mm-hmm.
One more.
Yeah.
And I think the other side is 4 away. So it's one
So
win to
we'll
4
see
wins.
if just having that much pressure put on the attacking team, they're going to really have to really repress those nerves to make sure
Yeah.
they can get this done. Because so far they've been doing great on attack, but these last 2 rounds that they've lost. So let's see what happens here.
Okay.
Take flight.
See, almost both Twizzy and their Cypher having their ultimates, which is great. Cypher, however, needing getting a kill to
Spike
the enemy
down,
of the
C.
enemy team to having to. Oh yeah, the bloom of the spray there working against Spy there.
Yeah, if you don't get it right away,
outta here.
spray fest. You gotta hope to God that your bullet happens to hit.
Yeah, both Cyphers are down going into this team. Twizzy still has
Last
the ultimate,
player
but he's
standing.
not going to get to use it. Prod really has to clutch if he wants to stay in this game.
All right, Prod. Yeah, Neon getting taken down. I think that's such a that's just bad foreshadowing for what's to come.
Yeah.
I mean, defenders only need one more. If they can just get Prod out here very quickly, then they take it.
Looks like Prod's going up middle towards B. I don't know
Wow.
if anyone knows where he is.
Blue holding that angle. Interesting angle. I think definitely if Prod happens to wander into the wrong spot.
He's going for the plant. See, now, a smart thing that Prod could do is just try to almost run away and let them kind of have to search for him a little bit,
Yeah.
waste their time. Because so far what we've seen is just Prod has not been able to kill every every member of their enemy team. So just playing down the clock and letting the spike detonate might be his
Right.
best option.
Letting people come to him. Okay, Jet.
Oh, great.
Right in there.
Almost expecting that play
One
by
enemy
Prod.
remaining.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
But Prod is at very...
Amazing.
Prod.
Prod's not letting the game end that easy.
It couldn't be more than like 10 health and just it pops off.
As we like to say in the business, 10 health in a dream is what Prod had.
Yes.
And the dream was achieved. So looks like the red team is staying in the game. I believe they're going to have to swap either next round or the round after.
We know there's a swap coming.
There's a swap coming.
We just don't know when.
I don't know. The swap is like, it's the swap. It's like, it's
Make
playing in my
an
mind.
album, an album called The Swap.
What genre of music?
Disco.
Disco?
That goes there. This goes here.
you know,
This
Well, you know,
should go.
according to these
That
record
goes
sales
there.
from 1975, disco's on the up and up.
Yeah?
Yeah. All right, let's see. Okay, right away, taking out Jet. 3 more for attackers to win and 1 more.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, after Prod clutching that game, looks like the attackers have found their mojo again.
Renewed energy,
Yeah.
maybe. Okay, it's going to be a bitter firefight in this doorway.
Yeah, wow. Spy's really gonna have to find a way to get to bring this back. It's his plants.
All right, that neon wall, not as effective for the fans.
Yeah, the better placement could have been achieved. Spy's really gonna have to work to get that.
Although Neon was taken out, which I think is great for them. Okay, Cypher on very, very low health here. Needs to Spy on very low health, needs to get kills right away. Can't have a shootout, or else he's gonna get hit and he's gonna.
He's
go
running
down.
out of time to defend too, so I think he's just have to take a step back and figure out like how can I do this. I think he's forfeiting. I think he's forfeiting that round just to keep his gun because there's no way he can run
Wow.
around the entire map to.
I mean, if you think it's over and you just really want that gun, like
You gotta save your stuff, you know.
Yeah.
He's just letting them. Looks like he's just letting them take it.
Wow.
But hey, it's getting closer and closer to that 12v12
Yeah.
where I think I might have a heart attack.
Because once you get to that 12v12, there's no dancing around it. It just happens.
Yeah, brother versus brother.
Okay, attackers
Son versus
won.
son.
Oh gosh, this is for an inter-team scrimmage.
Yeah.
It's a lot more intense than I thought it would be.
I think I've sweat more bullets in this game than during the league games.
Yeah, during the Barbarians, the Ostrogoths, that was no contest. The Phoenix, it was just a tooth and nail fight. And this one, I mean,
This is
like,
just a beautiful display of everybody's skill.
Yes, I agree. So they can't let the defenders get that point.
No, yeah.
Deploying drone.
Yeah, it says match point in big letters. I'm sure it's very clear to them what their objective is here.
And the defenders have to be feeling it too at that point because they're just like, oh wow, we had it for a while.
They already let them get so far up. I
Yeah.
mean, to let them get the full thing now would be
Because
pretty
just
upsetting.
to show like props for Prod's team, it was 2 versus 10, and now it's 11 to 12.
Bit of a firefight going on in this courtyard here.
Wow, the attackers do it like very quickly, pushing up and taking C. I'm surprised the plant hasn't happened so far. Looks like they're really trying to secure the area first.
Right, yeah, I think they're scared of someone coming in too fast and taking them out while they're in the
Their
middle.
jet seemed to be just out in the middle of nowhere, not really knowing where the action is. Taking a slow walk, almost coming up behind the attackers. They might be a little too
Spike
late
down,
though.
C.
Oh,
okay.
Last player
this might be the end of the
standing.
game
Prod.
here. Prod.
You gotta
He
make
clutched it
it or
before,
break it,
but
baby.
could that be all? I think Prod's almost completely surrounded.
Prod has got it.
And that's going to be the game.
Defenders win.
Finally take it.
Wow.
Wow.
That was beautiful on all
It
players'
truly
aspects.
was. That
just
was
the
Haven.
comeback from the red team, the overall just skill at defense from the blue team. Wow.
All right, let's see.
And so evenly
Perfectly
spaced
matched
out,
leaderboard there,
just
yeah.
to show like how evenly matched they all are. That was awesome.
No
Spy
doubt.
at the top.
Yeah, no doubt. Spy was at the top there. I mean, his accuracy, as you mentioned before in the beginning, unparalleled. Very, very good at getting those quick shots. I did enjoy the switch to Cypher. I was excited to see the new agents. And I do think that because the stakes are so low tonight, that they can kind of just play whoever they want without feeling bad about it. Prod also makes sense for the defender top.
Almost like the team captain of that team for a
Yes,
while.
I agree.
See, we're seeing Fizz at the bottom here, but that's not saying that he was doing bad by any means. He was more not getting as many kills, but just providing map control for everybody.
I agree.
Just providing his teammates with the ability to win, because Fizz was definitely their one of their backbones to that team. If they didn't have Fizz on Cypher, who knows what would have happened?
Yes, I agree, but I do think that Prod and Spy being the top definitely makes sense. Especially when we look at the actual competitions against the other schools.
True.
Just very, very consistent, very powerful when it counts. I know Prod is good at getting multiple kills at once. I mean, that trigger discipline, moving between point A to point B. But that was an amazing match.
Yeah, we saw Twizzy right in the middle there. He was, which is, it's expected. Just seeing like he played so many different characters, and it was so much fun just to see like how he like thought about using the abilities and how he did it. Twizzy was by far one of the most wild cards in these games.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm glad though we got an opportunity to practice with 2 different maps. Haven was that second one, and the first one I'm not sure of the name, but I
can't recall either.
But I'm glad at least there were different maps that they got to have some experience with.
Yeah.
I mean, that was so close. Like, you really gotta think, like, you split a team up like that. And this is a team that's 3-1, so very, very good. Winning streak. They had a winning streak until they lost the last one, but even then, it was such a bitter fight.
And talking to them, they've only trained harder since then.
Exactly. So you got to imagine a 3v3 with just that team, like, it's going to be a powerful match.
Wow.
And, you know, how wrong of you and I to say that it might be a blowout, because no way could it be. No member of WPSD Comets would ever let it be a blowout.
No.
They couldn't. But that was an amazing game. So again, we're sorry that the match with Mid-South Eagles had to be rescheduled, but it's going to be happening on the 25th. They're still participating. We hope that you guys enjoyed this inter-team scrimmage and got to see a lot of what our team is capable of. I know we did, and I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for tuning in. We're excited to have you, and stay tuned for the next match.
So you wanna go to war with me? You're talking like you